And then, because with the audio, they don't edit out the beginning stuff. So it'll go live and we'll start it straight away.
Okay, so it should be live now.
Okay. Video.
7 o'clock.
Are you on an Android? You got an Android charger there?
Yeah, I do, but it's
you-
not the right
Okay, we're
cord
going.
for his phone, unfortunately.
We're ready. Whenever you are.
Our audio too?
Yeah.
Hey, there's the music. That means it's time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet here to help you with your pets, like the fella sitting across from me.
Hi, I'm Brian Donovan, but I am the name dropper. So says Quentin Tarantino.
And the guy further down the table.
Hi, my name's Matt Fox. I'm back.
And our prodigal child.
Me, Sam.
My name's Jamie Flanagan. Just want to make sure everybody has a good time. Animal Talk, it is America's Pet Show, helping people with their pets. That is what we're here to do.
I haven't had this much fun since I was having dinner with Eli Roth.
I'm so jealous.
And Tarantino kept taking over the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Quentin,
Oh, you scamp.
you and your dumb movie ideas.
Good movie ideas.
But you said we were sharing because Samantha just returned from the Cannes Film Festival in France. We are from France. And so we were talking about brushes with celebrities, and Tarantino was there, and Brian had a Tarantino brush
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, 2006 in Iceland. no less.
Iceland. No, wow. Yeah. And then, but he was like sitting behind you, and he was chatting up an idea for a movie, and it ended up being Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Yeah.
it was I got married there, and that was marriage number 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we were in this restaurant, a hotel restaurant that was closed.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, they can. I thought they opened it for me,
Right. Yeah.
but it was already open for another party, which was
Ah.
Quentin Tarantino, Eli Roth, and the cast and crew from
Sure.
Hostel. They were
Ah.
filming Hostel.
Mm.
So he's behind me. I'm eating dinner, and he's behind me talking to his friends about this movie idea that he had about Nazis and about how this band of people just, they're killing these Nazis and all these gruesome ways that they're going to kill them, and that became Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's so wild. What did you so after you heard that and then like a few years later you saw that movie, you're like, wow.
That's when I saw that movie, I was like, oh my god. So I got the movie poster. It was sitting in my house for years, and yeah.
Do you still have it?
I don't have the movie poster now.
Oh, so cool.
So coming up on the show today, we're going to get a full breakdown of France and the Cannes Film Festival from Sam. And we're going to talk to David Merrick, Merrick Wellness. And he has weed for dogs.
What? Is that legal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's hemp oil. It's hemp oil for your and your pet's health. But the trick is there's no THC in it.
Oh, okay.
So
Family
yeah.
Video sells it now
We're
for
going
dogs.
to
Really?
yep.
And people, yeah.
Family
So-
Video?
Yeah, I've sold it to people.
Really?
Yeah.
CBD oil?
Yep.
So
people
we're going
and
to
dogs.
talk to David Merrick from Merrick Wellness about the CBD MOUSE oil. Find out all about that. But first, like I said, we help people with their pets. Brian, I got a question here for you. A little email came in, and let's help these folks out. We're moving shortly, Dear Animal Talk. We are moving shortly, and I'm worried that our cat will get stressed. Do you have any suggestions?
CBD oil.
CBD oil.
Next.
And actually, we will. That will lead nicely into when we do talk to David. But what about moving a cat? What about
Cats can get stressed pretty easily.
Yeah.
And when they get stressed, they can delaminate. I mean, they can really fall apart. And when a cat gets stressed,
You're talking bodily fluids going
yeah.
everywhere and coming out everywhere,
Oh.
and
it's always ugly
and both
stinky.
ends, and yeah.
So I hope the cat is acclimated to a carrier of
Sure.
some sort. That would be nice when you transport them. But when you get them to the new house, make sure you're sequestered to a small room, like a bathroom or someplace.
Oh, I thought you were
preferably
going to say
without-
like an upside down laundry basket.
No.
Not that small.
No, no, not that small. A small room, half bath or something, someplace that doesn't have carpet, and maybe put a couple litter boxes in there. Let them get acclimated for a week or so.
Right.
And then give them more access to that. You might see them kind of walk slowly around the house as if there's something around every corner that's going to scare them.
Yeah.
Cats have that, always living that life of Walter Mitty, and they, they think everything's bigger than it is. But it's, but it should be pretty straightforward. But just don't give him run of the house right away because he might hole up somewhere, and then you won't find him for a week or so.
We relocated from Alaska to Maryland when my sister and I were super young, and
You lived in Alaska?
Oh yeah, for a small period of time. Yeah,
Really?
Can't you tell by his nose?
Yeah, right.
Wait, can you?
Well, because you rub it together instead of.
You got that?
Oh.
Alaska.
That was where I was going.
See? Yeah, but we had 2 cats. But you had packed 2 cats. We had 2 cat carriers, and we put them in separate carriers.
Yeah.
And put them in a Volkswagen Rabbit with 3 human beings and drove them across the country. The first few days were really difficult, so we had to have all that extra paper towel because of bodily fluids, cat fluids flying all over the place because they were so anxious.
And that's the only time you'd ever see 2 cats inside of a rabbit.
Exactly. So I wish I had known that when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But what else? What else about moving a cat? Any other suggestions about moving a cat? I got some ideas, but I didn't know if you had anything else.
The only other thing I would say is before you move, if the cat isn't used to being in a carrier or something, leave a carrier out, put some treats in it, let the cat kind of explore it himself.
Right.
Make your life easy.
Put the cat in the carrier.
Okay, so this is a visual, but let me tell you one time when
Yeah.
I took a cat, I had to take a cat to it was my daughter's cat, I had to take it to a boarding facility, and I had to pick it up. It wasn't my cat.
Hamish?
Yes.
I love
And
Hamish.
I couldn't get the cat in the carrier because cats they stretch their little arms out.
Sure.
And
Catch your
so
own.
No.
I took the carrier. I'm squatting on the ground. I'm kneeling on the ground. I got the cat in my crotch, and I take the carrier and I'm going like this. I pulled the carrier towards my crotch
In the
and towards
security camera.
Yeah, didn't look so good. It got the job done, so to speak. But
Were you walking funny later? Or?
yeah, it just it wasn't optimal. Okay, so.
Well, that's the thing. Because a lot of times you're putting your cat in the carrier to go to the vet.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
And that's about the only time people put their cat.
Yeah.
Put your cat in the carrier when it's a kitten, right? Put treats in there. And when, if you're lucky to get the cat as a kitten.
Right.
But if you get them a little bit older, right? Trick
Yeah.
them. Then sometimes they come apart. So take it apart,
Yeah.
right? And put treats
Yeah.
in it. And then put them in there. Maybe don't lock them in. Just put them with the door open or throw some catnip mice in there and let them have a little party. And then when you have to put them in to go to the vet or take them, move
Right.
them or
A little bit
something,
easier.
it'll be a little less
Yeah.
thing.
And while we're talking about it, dogs or cats, it makes a lot of sense to
Yeah.
take them to the vet between visits, just to take them into the office, give them a treat, and then take them back home.
Yeah.
So that sometimes they go to the vet and they're not getting poked and prodded.
Right.
Ah.
Or just
That's
for
a
a
good
drive.
idea.
Or just for a drive in the car, in the carrier.
Yeah.
Just one time around the park, Charles.
And the staff will they'll actually appreciate that because they know that you're trying to make their life easier.
Yeah.
Next time you have to bring your
Conditioning
your
your pet. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So smart.
So, but we're going to talk to, coming up, we're going to get ready. We're going to call in just a minute. We're going to call David Merrick from Merrick Wellness to talk about the CBD oils and helping out your pets, right? So if your cat is stressed, maybe this will work for cats. From what I'm reading, this is aimed at dogs, but veterinarians believe that prescribing medical marijuana products that do not contain THC for dogs, it helps them with pain relief, right? But if your dog gets into your stash, right, regular pot probably won't kill a dog. It could make them sick, maybe very sick. And again, a smaller dog, it might impact them more.
Yeah.
So you don't want to share. You don't want to share your stash with your puppy because it can make them sick. It's probably not it's not necessarily toxic to a dog, but like if you leave, what do dogs love? They love snacks. They love treats, right? And now the big thing with THC products and people taking these, for hallucinogenics or pain relieving, properties, there's all these edibles.
Yeah.
Right? And they're
Gummy bears.
they look like damn dog treats.
Did we talk about the guy that took the edible? It was a sucker.
Yeah.
It was a sucker, and he ended up almost having a heart attack. He had to go to the. He didn't
know
ER.
it was.
Here's the thing. No, he knew.
Oh, it's just.
He knew, but the instructions specifically said take one lick of the sucker. And his response was, first of all, who reads instructions to eat a sucker?
How many licks does it take?
And-
Crunch.
And who only takes one lick of a sucker? Who
Yeah,
does that?
you have to put it back in the wrapper after you
Oh
do
my
one
God,
lick.
Gross.
Who's a one lick?
Yeah.
Is one of those cool ones that's
What?
got the
It's just a
scorpion in the middle of it, like you
suggested
get at the
joke. Suggested
carnival.
jokes.
Matt's dying. You've seen those.
I've seen
'em.
those.
Have you had them?
I have not had them.
I'm
I've
too
seen
scared to
'em.
eat those.
You know, I see they lick them a couple of times, and then they put it back in the wrapper. And then a few hours later, they look at it. I'm like,
That's gross.
All right, but let's talk about the CBD oil. Let's get David Merrick on the phone, Samantha. Let's see if we can scare him up. Yeah, but
Scare
animals.
him up.
Yeah, animals exposed to marijuana can react in a lot of different ways. They could become lethargic,
Yeah.
have problems breathing. They could have low blood pressure, heart palpitations. They could lose their balance, can lose control of their bowels. Pretty much me
Yeah.
on pot.
Yeah.
So whatever happens to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, they may appear calm and relaxed. Or distressed. So, yeah, some symptoms of discomfort could appear as well.
wow.
So we're trying to connect with David Merrick.
Dave Merrick,
Dave Merrick, it's Jamie from Animal Talk.
how are you doing?
Excellent,
Yeah, I
excellent.
was listening.
Oh, okay, good. So
Oh,
we got Brian, my co-host, and Matt Fox and Samantha are here as well, and we wanted to talk about Merrick Wellness and the CBD oil, and how it relates to our pets. So, Dave, tell us a little bit about the background about Merrick Wellness. How did this get a start?
Well, it's a long story that I'll make very short. I was born into this world basically in animal health. My father's a veterinarian and had practices in Wisconsin. My grandfather and his four brothers all practiced veterinary medicine.
Wow.
And as a kid, we had a big family, and the reason was as we got old enough, we could work at the animal hospital after school. So it kind of started at a young age. But I got interested in animal health as a young adult and ended up spending a couple of years on staff at the School of Veterinary Medicine here in Madison, Wisconsin. I was in academic affairs. I do have degrees in science, but then I also very much enjoyed the business of animal health and in working with in the veterinary area as well as the pet area, pet retail, in both getting out some really great products into the market. And so my reach has been pretty wide. The last 10 years or so, I've been very involved with senior pet wellness.
Okay.
Specifically, a lot of involvement with the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists and working with cognitive issues. And I had launched a product that was very successful with cognitive dysfunction syndrome, and had helped a lot with that. So, as you guys know, with being in the behavioral area, it's pretty wide, and the behaviors is very tricky, in that many of them can be and are caused by a medical issue.
Right.
A lot of people think of the behaviors as good dog, bad dog, will they come when I call, etc. But as you guys know, it can expand into behaviors that, when you look at it, suddenly give you a revelation into a medical issue that you can help your pet with too.
So this has been very much pet-based since you started it. So I thought maybe it came from like a human derivative, and it's like, hey, this is good for pets too. So your whole gig has been pets all along. So when did you first start smoking weed there, Dave?
Or let me see, when did you stop? Or have you?
There you go. So, using the CBD oils, how difficult is it to have the oils minus the THC? Is it a difficult process? Is it easier? Is it what's the process there?
Yeah, it's very easy. The toughest part is finding a product that you have full confidence in.
Okay.
And actually that process is pretty easy also. There are some well-known brands that provide a certificate of analysis, and many of them go as far as putting a QR code.
Oh yeah,
on the
QR code on the
packaging.
bottle.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I'm sorry, what was that?
yeah. She was just.
Yeah, I was just agreeing. I sell it. I sell it. I work at a video store, and we actually started selling it, CBD oil, and we have like the QR codes on the
And
bottles.
so that traces it back to
Yeah.
the manufacturer and the plants and the
Yeah.
lot numbers and what have you.
Well, what it'll give you is it'll give you the certificate of analysis.
Okay.
And what that looks like, it's a document from an independent lab, and it says that it does have CBD in it and other cannabinoids or not, and it'll have terpenes or not. And so if you're looking at a CBD oil, my favorite, and I think this is borne out by research. And by the way, I have concerned myself over the last 5 years on the human side too. So most of my formal education in medical cannabis is human-based.
Okay.
We don't have as much on the animal health side.
Right.
But that said, it's these are general statements, that I'm giving. What you'll find with full spectrum CBD products is that they will contain more than just the cannabinoid CBD, and a lot of them initially were what they called isolates. And so it will be just that one portion of it alone. What they know is that there is a really interesting positive effects that happen when you have a more complete product, including the terpenes. So you have in there the different cannabinoids besides CBD. You have terpenes, and terpenes is basically a good way to think about those. Is terpenes is what you smell. So a terpene is the smell that you have when you smell a pine tree, or when a Christmas tree smells really good. That's the terpenes creating that. When you're doing therapeutics with lavender, it's the terpenes in the lavender that you smell. That's the benefit. And so those added or kept into the oil is what they call the entourage effect. Before, people used to say it's synergistic. So it's all describing the same thing. They have the term a lot of the people in research and medicine are using is the entourage effect, and that's why a full spectrum product is very good.
All right. And so you have it formulated for a larger dog and a smaller dog? Is that just the potency?
Yeah, for mine, it's right now I have what I'll call is a standard, the 250 milligram amount in the bottle or the 500. And if you have a smaller dog, it's much less expensive to purchase a 250 milligram full spectrum oil because you're not using nearly as much. But cost per dose, if you go with the 500 milligram, it is more expensive, but you use a lot less and it'll last longer. So that's basically just the difference of the two. And here's another thing that I would like to clarify is that on a full spectrum CBD tincture with, let's say, the oil it has can be hemp seed oil and or what they call MCT. And MCT oil is basically coconut oil.
Oh.
And those two are my favorite carriers. And if the label shows a picture of a dog on it, people will perceive that, well, it's a dog product. But if I were to take that same bottle and put Dave Merrick doing yoga on it, they would perceive it's for Dave Merrick the person.
Okay.
It's the same product. Where and there isn't a on these general products that are out there like that, it's not a human or a dog or a cat product. It's a CBD full spectrum hemp with the oil base as either hemp seed oil. These are the two most common: hemp seed oil or MCT coconut oil. The benefit with the hemp seed oil is that it's high in omega fatty acids, and hemp seed oil by itself contains no cannabinoids, but it's a great omega fatty acids in there. The MCT, the coconut oil, those are called multi-chain triglycerides. And what I like about them is they have shown some very robust research with neuroprotective properties, and it's also a great energy source for your brain cells. So, and actually on the dog side, Purina did some really great research with MCTs for their dog food called NeuroPet and or NeuroCare. And the one that's generally available, they did a lot of advertisements on, was Bright Minds. Where they had the dog food that helped cognitive issues. So they did shows, and the science backs that up. The MCTs is very, it's a good product in combination. So that's what I went with was with the MCT.
So
on there.
Generally, what is the goal of the product? Is it pain relief? Is it a shiny coat? Is it cognitive abilities? Is it a calming effect?
All the above.
What's the main purpose for this?
Yeah, and in the big, huge, broad term, it promotes homeostasis, and really, and I've asked this question too with some of my friends, and these are good friends, have been dealing with this in medicine for 20 plus years, and I asked them, how does the CBD know if I'm taking it for anxiety versus pain?
Yeah, and is it a different strain of the CBD oil, or
So I think Jamie was right. It's the thermos of medication.
and it's exactly that. It's really and scientifically you can really take a deep dive in this, but simply when your homeostasis will be when your bodies have balance.
Okay.
And under the stresses of anxieties, there's medical things going on that take you out of homeostasis, as well as pain. There's the physiological pain cascade mechanisms that happen, like that's why they tell you to take a pain medicine early, because you'll then require less because you've actually headed it off in the past. A lot of people will say, no, I'm going to wait till the pain's too much. Well, that's actually not good medicine. And so CBDs actually will they identify the receptors in the body in those areas that they can then, let's say in the case of pain, they can attach to and stop the signaling mechanisms, slow down the signaling mechanisms for pain, etc.
It is the thermos effect. It just knows.
It does. It's no different than if you had a sore or a strained muscle and you took an NSAID like aspirin or ibuprofen or acetaminophen, those type of things. How does your body know that part of your body hurts?
Right.
Yeah, help me understand. What are the things that you look for? What are one of the flags that you look for to see if your pet is anxious, where you might want to consider a CBD oil for your pet? Yeah,
and you have two main categories here. You've got the pet that actually has everyday anxieties. They will have a lot of times those things will present themselves as when they're alone at home, and you come home and your half the house is torn up and the dog is
Right.
panty and anxious, going, "Hey, look what I did! I just tore up your house."
Yeah, right.
So separation anxiety lasts a long time. So that would be one type of a problem. And then the other big one, and which is actually more common, is what we call situational.
Mm-hmm.
And situational, the one to easy remember is 4th of July or thunderstorms.
Fireworks. Yeah, fireworks or what have you. Okay.
Yeah. And so with I've got my golden retriever Lola. I wish I could show you a picture. And just so your audience knows, my golden retriever Lola is the best dog in the world.
You have a picture of her on your website. She is a gorgeous golden retriever.
And it's odd. She's got that orange ring around her mouth from all the Doritos. All right. Never mind. All right, go ahead.
And I have to say that because I know, most of your audience, everybody's going, no, my dog's
right.
the best dog in the world. So lately, when she's gotten about 7 or 8, she's an incredibly calm dog. She didn't even bark till she was 8 months old, and I think when she did, she kind of startled herself. And so she's just laid back. And so we were getting some storms approaching. And, a couple hours beforehand, she came up and did just a little vocalization. One of those. And so I'm very keyed into that because she doesn't do it. And she had that. And we all know our pets. They're family members. They look at us that certain way, and she's feeling a little stressed here. So with those type of situations, people will know their pet, and that's where giving CBD is very helpful. I like to actually, when people know that this is happening, I like to have them give a half a dose. To get their endocannabinoid system fired up. I'll call it that way. It's real unscientific of me, but kind of to wake it up, to get it going.
Uh-huh.
And so let's say during 4th of July, that's going to be coming up, and towards the evening, and when it gets dark at that 9 o'clock-ish range, people are going to start firing them off, and you're going to have the neighbors, somebody's going to have some ones that go bang. I like to do that a couple of days ahead of time, is to dose them 2 to 3 times a day, kind of a half of a dose initially, and then on that day, full dose 3 times in the day for that, and that works really well.
So how do you deliver these doses? How are you delivering these doses?
For me, I top dress it right on her food.
Okay.
I'm fortunate with Lola. If I put something out there, it's gone.
Okay.
Right.
And she actually, if I put it in her mouth, she wouldn't mind it either. But I did an experiment a few years back. There was a really good dental product that you could put in the mouth a couple weeks before your dog was going to be going to the veterinarian for dentistry. And what it did, it weakened the plaque on the teeth, so that the dental that they were doing, the teeth, it took them 10 minutes instead of a half an hour. It just basically came off. And the dog, with my bear dog, when I was using it on him, he'd look like, he'd lick his lips, type of thing. And I perceived it didn't taste good. Well, it didn't have any taste. So I took the same type of dropper bottle, put just regular water in it, and did the same thing. Well, he had the same look on his face, with water.
Hey, Dad,
so
what are you trying to do
to me? It was
the dropper, yeah.
Yeah. So I think if people you'll see a lot of pictures where they'll have the dropper going and the dog's licking it right off the dropper. That's great. But I think just as effective is right on the food in the morning, right as a top dressing, on the kibble or that type of food.
Right.
And if it's wet food, it'll be fine too that way.
So if this is something that people can use and it's for your pets, Is this something you need a prescription to get? And do you need a special prescription for your pet, or do you need a caregiver prescription for you? What's the story with that? And I'm sure it's different from every state to state and municipality to municipality, but generally speaking.
Yeah, right now, and this is what I want to first to be clear, with people, products, etc. Where you do not want to give a dog or cat or anything is an edible in the form of like the gummies,
right,
or in the brownies or any of the edibles. Just steer clear from those.
Lollipops.
The dog soft chews are great, and people, if you like the beef flavored soft chew, great, good for you. But that's where you want to steer clear from human products going to animal products when they have any additive in it. So that said, now I feel better. With regard to a prescription, and this is real exact, no one can prescribe CBD because it is not an approved drug. The only thing that a doctor or anyone can prescribe is an approved drug.
Okay.
So that clears that up.
All right.
So where these things lie in where they sit right now is in the supplement world.
Okay.
And so in all 50 states, CBD is legal. And where it is legal is that if it does contain less than 0.3% THC or none. And the science of extraction is such that really all the top products, you can't detect any THC in those. And and in fact, in the extraction methods, a lot of times they can take all the THC out.
Okay. Cause yeah, all over your website, you're like, order now, buy it here. And I'm like, yeah, great. I'm going to order that. And then I'm going to go to my porch and grab the box, and the ATF is going to tackle me again. And
yeah, no. They it's so funny. They were just today had clearance for the TSA in the airports that you can bring your CBD with you and things like that. And actually, I think they cleared medical cannabis, which has THC in it. But heck, I've been traveling with a bottle of premium hemp oil with me, and they didn't seem to mind. You know, I knew that if I did get flagged, that it is legal. It would just have been probably a hassle.
right,
It would have been. It just would have been one of those things that would have been taking up too much time for no reason. But yes, all 50 states, premium hemp oil, full spectrum, is absolutely legal, and it can be shipped there. That's very clear. And like on my website, you can find the certificate analysis. It'll show THC as an NA. It's not detected, or ND not detected in there. There's other, very good brands, Hemp Lucid, Charlotte's Webs. Those folks that have done a great job, really in this industry, making sure the standards are top and that their analysis is good.
All right. So on your website, people that get into these things and like to give these sorts of products to their pets, like to do the deep dive. So on your website, are they going to find like the heavy scientific data? Are they going to be able to find that there on your website?
Not so much on our website. It's there. There is over 22,000 research papers in this area.
Okay.
It's enormous, and so I've been working with a couple lead research people that have been doing this and still are in the science of this, of putting up resources. Where are some of the current papers today? But those are pretty easily found.
Okay.
Right now, there's very good research found, and in fact, one of my veterinary friends that has a company in London emailed me, Dave, what would be the top research papers? And my brain kind of mini exploded, like on Mighty Python, where he's got the thing on his head, and my brain hurts. And I'm thinking, oh my God,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of good research out there.
Oh.
But that is an area where we're continuing to grow into. That is to put on what are some really good papers, etc.
Okay.
But people can email us. They can at info at and if they have a specific area, I could be helpful in guiding them towards that particular area of research.
All right, and the website is merrickwellness.com. Dr. Feelgood. Oh, just messing with you, sir.
Jamie, thank you so much for inviting me. This has been great.
Dave,
I love
thanks
it.
for the conversation. That's a lot of information, man. But thank you.
Very, very interesting. Yeah.
All right, Dave, thanks for being with us.
All right, thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so that's merrickwellness.com.
A lot of good information there.
Dr. Feelgood.
There's way more to
such a
CBD oil
smarty
than I
pants.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have told you all that.
Yeah,
No,
so-
not all of it, but
Just the different strains that are out there to treat different illnesses
Yeah,
that you
it's
may have.
crazy.
There's a lot that goes into it. So if you are looking into it, do your research.
I think
yeah, that's what I tell people.
I
like,
think we have to stop feeding Sam with a dropper.
Yeah.
Because she makes that same face as I think David's dog does. But I think we still have to pre-chew it.
Yeah, we do. Just baby
Yeah.
burner.
oh man,
Mercy
goodness.
sakes alive. I do have another email here to help some people
So
out
crazy.
with. Got another question. Back to the kitty cats.
Oh.
Right? Here we go. It's
A chain letter. I touched it. I touched it.
Dear Animal Talk, I'm a new kitten pet parent. What tips can you give me to raise them right? So similar to dealing with putting them in a carrier and moving them, but what do you do with a new kitten? What do you do with a new kitten to do it right?
They're kind of maintenance free.
Yeah.
They kind of figure things out.
Yeah.
No, kittens. The main thing with a new cat, is the litter box, Jamie. The litter box. You want to make sure that they don't get into any bad habits.
Right.
Because cats like to hide somewhere, and you'll find a mess.
Sure.
A few days later, when you're sniffing around the house, it's kind of disgusting. And if they start peeing outside the litter box, it's even worse.
Sure.
So the advice we gave people moving a cat
Sure.
is the same for a kitten. You want to keep them in a small area.
Yeah.
Maybe put 2 or 3 litter boxes in one little room, one tiny room. And keep the litter box clean.
Right.
Right.
After just a couple messes, pick it up, because some cats are pretty
They're picky.
picky
Yeah.
about that.
It's,
Yeah.
it's kind of like changing the batteries in your smoke detector, right? When you turn the
Exactly.
clock forward, turn it back. Clean out that box.
You gotta keep it clean.
Twice a year.
That's
how many times do you change
Okay.
the batteries in your smoke alarm?
Every day.
when you.
Wait, every day?
Yeah, every day, Sam.
I'm not ready to be a homeowner.
The other thing to do, because Kirby, you guys met Kirby.
Yeah.
Sam, you didn't get to meet Kirby,
Yeah, I'm
but
sad. Met him in pictures.
talk about that damn cat all the time. But
Yeah.
he was a great cat. I'd bring him to the radio station. He'd run around,
Yeah.
and he was a really well socialized cat. And because of that, because I took him out and I socialized him a lot when he was a little kitten, so he would love car rides. He
Yeah.
would
Which
he
is
would
very
jump-
rare for
he
a
would,
cat.
He
Yeah,
would
very
jump in
rare.
the car and he would sit on the back ledge and bob his head, and just like one of those.
Aw.
Yeah, he was. He was a cool cat. So that's another thing to do is take it out and socialize
Yeah.
it when they're kittens, when they're littles. Have people come over. Make a point of having guests over and bring the cat out to play if that's what you want. Because so many people, they're like, you have a cat, and the only way you can tell is when you can smell their box.
Yeah.
Because the cats run and hide. But my current cat, Percy, and Kirby, they're the same way. Total,
He's a
just
social
they're up.
butterfly.
They're in your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out in your
That's
business.
a good tip, Jamie. I mean, there's nothing worse than a freaked out cat.
Yeah.
A little 5-pound cat will overpower any human being when they're freaked out.
Oh yeah.
It's so get them used to things. The car is a good one. That's a
Yeah.
really good, because inevitably you're gonna have to take your cat in a car ride, either to the vet,
Right.
you're moving, whatever,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to they have to be okay with it.
Yeah, we would fly with Kirby. We flew down to Florida a couple of times, and he was really good. He was a trooper with litter boxes too, because we would go like on vacation. That's sometimes it throws cats for a loop, is when you change up the litter.
Yeah,
that can
right.
cause
Oh, yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
So but we would take him on vacation, and we would go down and we'd get one of those. We'd go to the grocery store and get one of those disposable ones where you just cut the paper out and then the litter's in there and stay the week with mom and dad and then throw the box out and you're done. Bada boom. But yeah, so he traveled really well. I find that boy cats are better than girl cats. Generally.
Man.
Really?
Ooh.
Wow.
No, you haven't found that?
That's kind of sexist.
No, not if it's true every time.
I think Sam was triggered. She can barely.
No, it's okay. I've
She's
only
not a
had.
Me too.
I've only
Me too.
had boy cats.
Oh.
Boy cats. Yeah, I go to boy cats, girl dogs.
Yeah.
It's my theory on things. Boy cats, girl dogs.
I'm opposite of that. Yeah.
That's
Girl
Honey
cats.
pot.
Girl cats, boy dogs.
cats can spray and they have all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
why you get them fixed.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've had the best luck with the boys. So as far as I can, and every girl cat that I've known, just a witch.
and if they're not spayed, if the cat, they're either going into season, coming out of season, thinking about their last season, or thinking about their next one. So
Right. So speaking about feeding them with an eyedropper and what to do with a new kitten, welcome home, Samantha.
Segway.
That was not a good segue. That made no sense.
That's most of what I say doesn't make sense. But
speaking of traveling cats,
That's
a little better.
yeah.
The Cannes Film Festival.
Yes.
So you called in once.
speaking of making sure your box is
my
fresh,
Could you guys hear me?
Yeah. But you started breaking up at the end when I asked you, what exactly is your job and what are you doing? So when
Okay.
you were in Cannes, you were there on an internship.
Yes.
How many interns were there working with you?
100. I think there was like 200. There was supposed
Wow.
to, on the website it said 150, but I guess they got more.
Okay.
now did you all
Guess they
stay
got
in the
more
same
people.
room?
Basically.
Did you all have to use the same litter box?
Basically. We stayed in this like apartment. It was weird. It was like an apartment, but also a hotel. But like it was like it like had a kitchen. It was like really small though. It had a kitchen and it had like a few beds. There was bunk beds. I slept in the top bunk for 2 weeks. It was crazy. So
Okay.
yeah, I had to share space with like, 3 other people technically. Yeah.
So what was your job?
My job. Okay, so I worked. Okay, so they have these at the festival. They have these pavilions there. It's called the International Village, and it's basically each country has like a pavilion. Their
Now,
own
is this the
pavilion.
Olympics or the movie festival?
It is the festival. They have.
They have an international village
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
What a ripoff.
Sounds like the fire festival.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, haha.
Were you sleeping in little igloos?
I wish.
Yeah, okay.
No. So they each country has their own like pavilion, and I
Oh,
guess
okay.
each country like has like their own pavilion where they promote like film in like their country or filming in their country.
Okay.
And then there's the American pavilion, and that was for America. That's where I worked. I was on their video.
I like to live in America.
their video
I
team.
like to live in Oh, did you?
I did. I did.
So you got to
video
use some of
there.
your video skills.
Yes, I
Right
did.
on.
Yeah, and they had like lots of panels. They did panels there. They hosted panels there. The American pavilion's kind of different from the other pavilions because we like host like panels and events and stuff. But we had like people speak there and stuff, and it was really cool. We had famous
But
people.
what
Yeah.
did
it's cool.
you do? I feel like
What
we're
did I
in
do?
the movie Office Space. What do
Oh yeah, what
you
do I do? What exactly do you do here?
I'm a people person, damn it.
No, I mean that's. So I mean
It's the Bobs.
I just basically filmed because I worked for the pavilion. I just basically filmed like events that was happening at the pavilion, and I edited together like events, and I filmed like all the panels and stuff.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so I just like kind of hung around.
Did they hire
there.
you for your video skills, or you got there and they said, "Who knows how to run a camera?" And
Yeah,
you're like, "I do."
Yeah, so yeah, we all got put. It's really complicated because so they get these 150 students, and they don't tell you what your job is until like the day or like 2
The
days
last
after
day
you
you're
get there.
there. Oh,
So I was like freaking
What have I
out
been
the first
doing?
2 days because I didn't know what I was doing, and I wanted
Right.
to fly home. I was about to fly home. It was so stressful. Yeah,
You
yeah.
made
Should've
it though.
taken
But I
some
did it.
CBD
But
oil.
Sam, you ended up with a good job.
Yeah.
You could have been like, Sam, the shitter's full.
Yeah, no.
That's gonna be your job at the hangar.
Yeah, they had like
Exactly.
wait staff too because it was like we also served food there, and I did not want to do that. I told them I was like, mm-mm. No, but it was
Yeah.
cool. I got to do something that I actually do and like to do, so that was cool.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did your parents think? Were they afraid for you? Were they excited for you?
I think both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both. I don't know. I didn't really talk to anybody when I was there. I was always so busy.
You
Like
sent a picture of yourself. You're in a nightclub
Yeah.
crying or a bar crying.
I did. I did not.
I think you did.
Wait, you did send it to us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because
So
I
was
You-
that legit, or were you just like mugging for the camera? Were you really upset?
I was upset some nights because like a lot of the people I was with, we were all around the same age. Some people were
Yeah.
a little bit older, but a lot of people like to go out and like party. It's
Yeah.
France. We're all allowed to drink. We're all allowed to
Yeah.
go to clubs. I guess I'm not really into that scene. A lot of times I felt kind of like out of place.
Yeah.
You
But I was
when you
very-
called,
Sam-
you were already three
Sam,
sheets against the wind.
Did you
anyways.
drink?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
see,
did.
there
Did-
it is. You had
Yeah.
a bottle of wine.
Did you get drunk?
Oh yeah, they had bottles of wine on the corner for like $3 or $4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boone's Farm?
Huh?
Boone's Farm?
That's
I don't know what it was. I can't speak. I didn't speak French. I just kind of handed them.
There it is.
Hand
My
them
bad.
the thing.
So, did you make any friends there and
Yeah,
hang out
no,
with people?
yeah, I
or-
actually did make friends. The first few days I didn't. I was like really struggling to make friends. I knew one person who like before coming
Now,
there.
when I
knew
say
one
make friends, I'm
person.
not talking about fabricating a hair doll in your top
Oh,
bunk.
That's what I did.
With the lint. Yeah, no.
No, I did make friends, and I think that was probably like the best part of it was that I got to talk to people who were like around my age who were interested in the same thing, and we're all going to be like the next generation of like, you know, in the entertainment business, and I felt like that was like a really cool connections to make.
That sounds like an awesome experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Did you
does.
meet kids from other countries?
Yeah, and some
your
of them
age?
were from other countries. It was all around the world. I mean, most of them were from the United States, but there was some from like China. It was like crazy. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. It was
That's-
crazy cool though.
well. That's good. Well, we're glad you toughed it out and stayed there.
Yeah, I'm so glad
and
I
we're even
stayed.
happier that you're back.
Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't die on the way here.
That's gotta
missed one of my planes. So.
that's got to
Oh.
be good for your resume.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably gonna. I need to update that. It's gonna look good.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, Sam.
I'm
So,
here.
did you see any movie that any like premieres that
I did see
knocked your socks off?
I did the red carpet one once. I saw Dead Don't Die. It's the one with Bill Murray. It's a zombie movie. Bill Murray was in it.
See,
Adam
there's
Driver.
a press screening.
Yeah,
that's-
I've seen
There's
it.
a press screening like a week from Monday that
Oh really?
I got seats for. So apparently
cool.
you don't have to go.
Oh, I want to go though.
You wanna
Still
go
wanna
again?
Go. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it wasn't that good, but I really like Bill Murray, and it
Okay.
was fun. So.
You know, Sam. If you want, I can get a hold of my friend Quentin Tarantino.
I wish I saw his movie when I was there. It was super like. He didn't let like a lot of people in, even people
I heard
with
it was
tickets
very
didn't go in.
secretive, and he like
It was
begged
very
and pleaded
secretive.
people to not.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
he-
Give it up. Yeah.
He rushed to like edit the film together to get it into this competition because it's been 25 years since Pulp Fiction premiered there. So that's why he rushed to get it in. Apparently, he only showed the movie twice while he was there, and then they're supposed to show all the movies again like the last day, but he didn't let them do that because apparently he's going to go re-edit the film.
Took that DVD, put it in his pocket, and
Yeah.
headed on home.
He's going to go re-edit the film so the people who saw it there, that's like they saw that cut like once.
Wow.
Like that's the only time that they're going to see that. I'm like,
And that's what makes Quentin so incredibly intelligent in that regard.
it's so crazy.
Did you bump into any celebrities that
Not
you want to
really.
talk about?
No, I saw some on the red carpet, but I didn't really bump into anybody like super famous. Like we had people on the panels that were famous. Like we had John Carpenter.
Okay.
You know who
He's
John
cool.
Carpenter is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
built
cool.
stuff.
He's cool.
Built stuff.
Jesus.
No, he directed Halloween and The Thing. And
Jesus' dad.
all that jazz.
Oh, it's Joseph Carpenter.
Oh.
The Carpenter, yeah.
But yeah, no, it was cool.
Measure twice, cut once. Jesus, how many times have I? Jesus, how many times have I told you?
Measure once, cut twice.
What's
I thought it was measure twice, cut
Yeah,
once.
That's probably what it should be.
That's like crossing your I's and dotting your T's, yes.
Oh. Well, Samantha, I mean, you haven't been here in forever.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't even know what's going on. It's
And
crazy.
we haven't had the opportunity to abuse you in like I don't know how long. So you ready for some
Oh no,
intern abuse here?
maybe.
You're not an
Maybe.
intern.
I'm not.
You're a producer.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
You're a co-host. Hell, you're on the banner
Yeah.
with a cat sitting on your head, but you're on the banner.
I'm cut off sometimes.
All right.
Yeah.
Fact or fiction?
You decide.
You decide. Right. All right. Fact or fiction? Do we each want to read one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
So we got 3 facts ripped from the headlines and ripped
You put them in the same font.
off of this. I did. And I believe I corrected spellings too.
How do you spell? Wait, what word was it?
Oh, I can't remember. That was so long ago.
Lemurs?
Lemurs? No, it wasn't lemurs.
Or was it lemurs?
Llama.
Yeah.
It was
Llamas,
llama.
I missed the letter. All right, so 3 headlines ripped out of this piece of paper and ripped from the news.
Literally ripped. Off the
Literally.
piece of paper.
So Samantha, you have to pick the false fact. 2 of them are true. 1 is completely false, fabricated by me earlier. Well, I should have been grading papers or something. All right, here we go. 3 facts. Brian, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, number 1. This is sad. Cat who can't stop sneezing stuck at rescue center because nobody will adopt him.
Cat who can't stop sneezing.
Can't stop sneezing.
Stuck at rescue center.
No one will adopt him.
Oh, that's so. I'll adopt him.
Meow chew.
And then there's another one that's like really angry.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's one that's like really sleepy.
Really sleepy.
Oh,
There's one that. All right, here we go. Headline number 2: Seal smacks kayaker across the face with large octopus.
there's no way that's true. That sounds so freaking fake.
Seal smacks kayaker across the face with large octopus. It's right there.
Hey, number 3. Dog leaves home for a weekend trip without owners and ends up with a part in a TV production.
Wait, what again? I was thinking about the octopus one.
So, dog leaves home for a weekend trip without owners and ends up with a part in a TV production.
That could be true.
There we
Wait,
are.
can I
All
look? Can I look at them?
No.
One more time. One more
No,
time.
no,
Don't
no,
change
no.
the rules. Don't change the rules.
Okay, because I just, it makes me feel better if I can read it. You know.
She's just looking for typos. All right, go ahead.
No,
All
I'm
right,
looking
number
for
1.
which letters are capitalized and which are.
Here we go. Number 1. Cat who can't stop sneezing stuck at rescue center because nobody will adopt him.
And number 2: Seal smacks kayaker across the face with large octopus.
And number 3, dog leaves home for a weekend trip without owners and ends up with a part in a TV production.
Okay, I'm going with the octopus one as the fake one. Please, dear God, please.
Oh, really, Samantha?
What? How is that not fake?
7 years of college down the drain.
How is that not fake? What
You know, I was gonna coach you on that because I didn't know either, but it sounds so strange. It's got to be true.
Seal smacks
is it the dog one?
kayaker. I made up the dog one. Yeah. Yeah.
See,
That's something that would happen.
Oh, you had the cat one. You had the cat one.
cat
Cat
one,
can't
yep.
stop sneezing. You can read the
okay.
kayaker one.
That was something
All
that
right,
would.
so Brian, yours was true about the cat, sneezy, grumpy, crappy, and poopy or something.
Cat who can't stop sneezing stuck at rescue center because nobody will adopt him. This is a sad story. He's
don't wanna hear
the
this.
full quote is, "He's a gorgeous cat and just wants to be with you."
Oh.
A tabby cat whose owners gave him up due to allergies is struggling to find a new home due to a nasal condition that means he is constantly sneezing.
Is he allergic to himself?
Elliot has
Same.
rhinitis, an inflammatory condition with symptoms such as nasal congestion, itching, and sneezing. You know what, though? When a cat sneezes on you, it is disgusting. Yeah.
Okay, so how long ago was this written? Because I will adopt this cat right now.
3 days ago. The 9-year-old feline is currently living
What's the number?
at a Cats Protection Rehoming Center in East Sussex. So it's a little bit of a drive.
Where is that? Is that Michigan?
That sounds like
It
England.
was BBC. So I got it off of BBC News.
But managers say
Plus
prospective
44,
adopters are
plus
reluctant to take
44.
it because of his illness. Speaking to The Independent, the center's deputy manager, Tanya Marsh, describes Elliot as very loving and affectionate cat. He's a heavy sneezer. So when we come in to check him in the morning, we do have to clean his glass quite thoroughly as there's a lot of mucus.
Oh, but he's a
poor
cute
guy.
cat.
Oh.
why
See, now,
would-
Percy was a bit of a sneezer when we got him. He's like, it freaked us out. So,
Oh.
And I don't know why this is the accompanying picture.
I got that too.
there's the it's just
Wait, can I see
some
the
kind of
picture?
recurrent ad that popped up. Yeah.
Wait, does somebody have a pen?
So,
Yeah, here you go.
Can I borrow it? I want to draw.
here, there you are.
All right.
Drawings. All right. So Matt, you had the fake fact, but I had the true story about the
I can't believe what I'm reading here.
yeah,
Jamie.
the seal smacking a kayaker across the puss with an octopus.
See, I'm not sure who got more of a surprise, the seal, the octopus, or me, the marine adventurer says. So a kayaker relaxing in the waters surrounding New Zealand's South Island has captured a strange and unexpected encounter with the local sea life. Can you imagine you have all this stuff around you? Anyways, Kyle Molinder was paddling off the coast of Kaikoura when a seal emerged from the water and slapped him across the face with a large octopus. Just go
Why I oughta.
There's no way that this happened.
Mr. Moolinder and his friends had been watching. They had been watching the group of seals beneath the surface and spotted one of the larger males wrestling with an octopus. So they had already been having throws underneath. The slippery mammal popped up with his 8-limb mollusk trapped in his jaws and whipped it towards the unsuspecting kayaker. Oh my God! I can't believe I'm reading this.
Yeah, I know.
This
Isn't it great?
is true. I was like, mate, what just happened? Mr. Melinda told 7 News, network in Australia. So it's in Australia?
Yeah.
Okay. It was just weird
Crikey.
that because it happened so fast, I could feel all the hard parts of the octopus on my face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Felt all the hard
All the-
parts
All the
of the
hard
octopus on my face.
Right in the
Oh.
tentacles.
That octopus gets home. Mildred, you're never going to believe this.
Well, the octopus managed to survive the confrontation with the man and the seal, suctioning into the underside of Mr. Melinder's kayak before it was detached with an oar and then drifted back underwater. So it lived.
I think this guy was the only witness. This guy could have been hallucinating.
Right.
This guy could have been
So,
anything.
does anyone here own a GoPro?
I do.
I do.
Okay, so Mr. Moolinder, he actually works for GoPro. So he's probably testing out some of the new technology they have on.
Do they-
And this is what the camera caught. It was the seal.
Oh my gosh.
Smacking him
I'm
with
sorry,
it.
Mr. Dude. I thought you were lying, or you had when you like something tragic happens, you can't really remember. Like if you get in a car accident,
Sure.
you can't really remember like
Sure.
what
But
the heck
still.
happened.
All right, I got one more question here, Brian. Here we go. It's Dear Animal Talk.
What's this, fan mail from a flounder?
I think I broke your pen.
Our dog really likes one of our cats. I mean, really likes one of our cats. He's been neutered for about 7 months.
The dog or the cat?
The dog.
Okay.
She was spayed almost 2 years ago. They've always been friends. We watch them cuddling, sleeping together regularly.
I don't know about that.
But over the last few weeks, he's been
We love
mounting her
Meow.
and trying to hump her.
made love.
Disclaimer, he's as dumb as a rock. She's sweet, but is getting a little annoyed at this point.
Meow.
I hate to have her scratch him up and ruin their previously adorable friendship. Is this normal? Is it spring fever? What's the deal with my dog
I think he
trying
needs to be
hump my
friend
cat?
zoned.
Brian, you need a second?
Yeah.
Why
Love
would a
is in
dog
there.
hump a cat?
Dogs hump pillows. They hump your leg. They hump everything.
Is it sexual?
People try to. Yeah, I trained dogs for 20 years, right?
Okay.
And people, from time to time, you'll read an article about how smart dogs are. They lick their ass and they hump cats. Is that really a sign of intelligence? I mean, if you did that, you'd go to jail.
Again.
They wouldn't say, wow, what a smart guy. Yeah, Jamie's a highly evolved.
You could lick your ass? Oh, my God.
They'd say you're talented, but they wouldn't appreciate it.
Why do you leave the house?
Oh, that was a year in the circus.
She actually alluded to the answer in her letter. She alluded to it.
Yeah.
The cat is going to solve this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because the cat, at first, the cat probably instigated it,
Sure.
then got bored with it, and now she's tired of it,
Sure.
and she'll fix it.
All right. Leave it to the cat. The cat will tell him when no means no, and that'll be
right.
the end of it.
That's right.
All right. So time for just one more thing.
And you shouldn't name your dog Harvey Weinstein. That might be, give a dog a bad name, right?
Oh my god.
Speaking of bad,
Segue.
It's time for the bad animal joke of the week.
okay, because we were talking to Dave Merrick, merrickwellness.com, and the CBD oils, right? The THC-free weed. So here's a couple of
It's not weed.
jokes.
It's from hemp.
Couple of jokes around that. How do you know you're a true stoner?
How do you know you're a true stoner, Jamie?
When your bong gets washed more than your dishes. Police officer says, "How high are you?" The pothead says, "No, officer, it's high. How are you?" Why is a roach clip called a roach clip?
Why?
Because potholder was taken. All right. The animal one here. Snake 1 says, "Are we poisonous?" Snake 2 says, "I don't know why." Snake 1 says, "Well, I just bit my lip." All right, here's kind of a combo one. A little bit of drugs and animals.
Oh no.
Why did the duck get arrested?
Why?
He was selling quack.
Oh my God.
That's it. Those
Oh
are
man, those were really
the
bad.
bad animal jokes.
How do you
of
know
the-
you're a stoner when your bong gets washed more than your chin?
Hey-o!
Oh,
Wow, man.
All right, there you go. Samantha, welcome back, my dear. Tell people how to stalk us online.
We have our website, www.animaltalkradio.com. You don't have to put the www. We have our Twitter and Instagram at Animal Talk Radio, and the Facebook is also Animal Talk Radio.
There you go. What else? What else can people see on the website?
Stuff.
See, it's been a
Everything.
while. It's been a while.
I haven't been here for like 3 or 4 weeks.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
I love the pet parade.
The
FYI.
pet parade.
Yeah.
I love
We
the
got
pet
a new.
parade.
We got a new friend on the pet parade.
I think I saw that.
Who is it? Who is it?
I
Who is
forget.
it?
I forget their name.
That's why we're gonna go look right now.
I was gonna go look, and then the internet's being like molasses.
Okay, hold on.
And
I
going
got it.
super slow. There it is. Pet parade.
Okay.
But
That's why the mole moved away from home. Because his home smelled like mole asses.
Wendell is in the pet parade now. So we got a picture of Wendell up there. Send us a photo if you want to check out the pet parade. Go to animaltalkradio.com and then find the pet parade. And send a picture of your pet in to be
I
in
need
the
to
pet
send a
parade.
picture of my pet.
And then, yes, you should. And then,
no one did.
and then we are going to select somebody from the pet parade and send you an Animal Talk T-shirt
In the size of our choosing.
She loves that part. It's not about the prizes. It's all about the fun.
Yeah.
We're just mixing up every show possible now. All right, there you go. That'll do it for this week. Until next time, please have an exotic week.
And kiss your wild thing for me.
Yay. So next week we're here, but the week after.
Oh, so
So-
next week we're here.
Yeah. And then the
Week
week
after.
after Churchill's if you want. I invited Lauren to the event on the face space.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know if I invited Mike or not.
Mike Brim?
I usually invite like Mike and those.
I think I invited him.
Okay.
Ethan and
Yeah.
Graham and those guys? too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Graham. He spells his name in an interesting way.
Yeah. I guess that's pretty common for...
Because when we
Brits.
Matt, we looked it up and Matt was like, "Who the hell's trying to friend me?" Grammy. Garbage. What? Oh, it's Graham.
It's Graham. I'm like, oh, it's
He had to
it's
look at the
Graham.
picture and he's like, "Oh, it's Graham." That's what that says.
I will not be here June 27th. Sorry, fan.
Sorry, fans.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna be June 27th?
Columbus, Ohio at a Blink-182 show.
At a Blink 182
Taking
show.
pictures?
Yes.
Are you? Did you say June?
Yeah, June 27th. It's a Tuesday. It's a Thursday.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
No, and then the week after that is the 4th. We'll probably not do it on the 4th. I'm gonna be up camping. You get out of town for the 4th?
Yeah.
I'll
we're
be
usually
here,
in Traverse.
probably.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
really?
Yeah.
I'm fucking stalking you, man.
Are you going to be up in that area?
Wait, I'm gonna be there too.
We
What?
actually.
Probably. I hope I get it
Are you
all.
going to be there for the Cherry Festival?
Yes, I love the Cherry Festival. That's my favorite festival. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
We'll be there.
I get so hyped for that. Oh my gosh, if I'm there, I'll.
So
Let's go to that blind pig up there. You got to see that place. You were at that place.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we actually might be going to Cape Cod instead, because we couldn't get a camping site. So, yeah, Colleen
My
was
grandma
talking
has a
about.
cottage up there, so.
Whereabouts?
We
Fife
might all be
Lake.
staying at
It's not near
Sam's.
Traverse City. It's kind of like a little bit out from it.
Fife Lake?
Yeah, Fife
Never
Lake.
heard. I
don't
think
know.
I've heard of it, but I don't know where it is.
But yeah, I haven't been up there in like years, and I really want to go.
So did your boyfriend miss you desperately?
Yeah,
Did he, when he saw you, did he like hold your face and say,
I
"My
was
Sam,
sick,
you're
so
finally back"?
he's really weird about like sickness, so he's probably like get away. But no, we hugged.
Yeah, we hugged.
It was pretty cool.
Wow, what a great experience, Sam.
Yeah, I'm jello, man. That's
It's a lot of money. Don't know if I'll do it again. I'm thinking about it, but it's a lot of money to do it again.
you could apply and do it again.
Yeah,
So how much out of pocket is that for the interns when they go?
like to pay for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was $4,000.
Wow.
So you like your airfare?
No, that didn't include my airfare.
You had to pay for your own room and board.
Well, that was the room and board, yeah.
Oh wow! I thought you got
Wow.
your I thought you just had to get your butt there and then work for them.
Yeah, I had to pay for all that. And then we also got festival like accreditations, like badges and stuff, and those cost like a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
So we could get into screenings and stuff. So we're not like we weren't the public. We were.
You're accredited, but you
Yeah.
had to pay for your accreditation.
Yeah, I mean you have to pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
money,
really
but it sounds like
crazy.
it was well worth it.
It
for
was
the
like it
experience.
was worth it too, 'cause I
Especially
got
what
to
you
meet
got
so
to
many
do.
people, Yeah.
The job you got to do was sound.
Yeah, it's a
pretty
cool
awesome.
job, and I met cool people, and yeah.
Oh, what do we title this episode? Oh,
CBD free pets.
Hot for pets.
Hot for pets.
Hot for pets.
Hot for pets. It's good. What are you guys doing?
The Merrick family is.
Wait, what?
Is that?
Yeah, I used to
Oh,
deal with
Merrick.
them. Yeah, I used to deal with them with.
That's
their
not an
pet food.
unfamiliar name.
Yeah, they have several pet foods, several dog foods. But yeah, it's a good name.
Wait, this guy?
And then there's Dave. I'm gonna do the weed, man.
He sounded like he was very well educated with this
Oh,
stuff,
yeah,
though. Like,
yeah. No.
and he's got a passion for it.
Yeah.
No, that's so crazy. Wait, so
It was a little tech heavy,
Yeah.
but
Well, you can tell he grew up in a scientific kind of you grew up in a veterinary clinic.
yeah.
You're right.
There are a bunch of eggheads in that family. People that.
Yeah, no, I saw
Science
$160 of CBD the other day, and we get 3% like commission on it, so I made like $5 from that.
But it doesn't.
Oh.
It doesn't make you high at all. It doesn't do anything.
No, there's no THC in it.
Mary takes RSO with Rick Simpson oil. Is what it's called. So it's a different strain of cannabis oil. It's not CBD.
RSO. REO Speedwagon. Did you? He used to take that.
The fuck is going on?
I don't know
There's
what
like a-
they're
No means no, fuckface.
It's like a
They're
crazy
planking.
party.
That's harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Wait, what are they doing?
Planking.
Oh, he's
Planking.
on the ground.
Oh shit! What the fuck? So if we open
I
the
thought there
door,
was like a
we're gonna
woman
hit
under
him.
him. I thought there was like a woman under him.
That's you do that for 30 seconds.
I can do that for 30 seconds.
You say you can.
I've done it before. I used to do it all the time. My theater teacher used to make us do it. She was crazy.
Is his feet hovering off the ground? That would be serious.
Well, let's
So
wait.
let us know if there's anything
Wait
we need
until
to
he's
do
done flanking.
and when we need to do it.
So I got this idea.
Let's hurry up and wait. But
Ethan gave me this idea. You can buy this stuff in big panels,
yeah.
and we can laser cut it to say Podcast Detroit, like a repeating pattern. It'd be kind of freaking cool.
That'd be cool.
But this stuff is really cheap. I was looking at it online.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys want to do, but you know what? If it's all gray,
Yeah.
I saw a couple studios. It looked really nice, just all one color. But it's kind of dark, but I think it looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys want to do that.
Well, the background when you're doing video and everything, you want the background to be somewhat not intrusive, so it actually is getting a good picture of the individuals that are there talking. The lighting's going to help too, but
Yeah.
if you have a lighter wall,
Yeah, because the podcast Detroit guys, and they just actually,
Yeah. Are they paying? What are they paying for? What are they doing?
they're giving us the laptop and all the programs and all the software, and then they're doing all the hosting, and they're going to manage like all the invoicing and charging people. And so it's like they're just going to take their $25 and give us the rest of it.
Okay.
But they're going to handle all the invoicing and bill
Okay.
collection.
How much is it gonna be
And-
there?
and
Like,
all
is it
that.
gonna be like more expensive than it is at like other?
No, it's going to be
In
this price.
Podcast Studios, and see that diagonal wall
Yeah.
in that little room? That's
Yeah.
going to be the producer's room.
Oh, cool.
So it'll be a separate room where you'll be able to, with a window. So the equipment will be there. It'll be like this big,
Yeah.
like 5 by 5.
It's cool.
But yeah, it's gonna be very cool.
Yeah.
And the front is going to be like a glass door like that with a side light, and the two will kind of come together. It'll say Podcast Detroit like kind of in the corner. It's gonna look. It's gonna. Be very
I'm
cool.
stoked.
And
I'm
the-
beyond stoked.
It's a 12-foot ceiling in there. So the podcast is only going to be 8 feet. So you'll be able to see over the top of it from the outside. So it'll kind of look like these two little cubes in the corner. It's gonna look cool.
What are you guys doing now? I
Going
have to
home?
go home. I have to go home.
When are we doing karaoke? Do you sing?
It's Thursday nights. That's when that tiki bar has it, but I mean, we'll do it whenever.
I'll do
I'm
it-
in.
I'll do it with somebody. I won't do it alone.
Matt's got an early morning.
Yeah,
I know Jamie's in for karaoke.
I'm in for karaoke anytime, just not tonight. I'll do karaoke after about 4 or 5.
Jamie and I go way back in karaoke.
Do you guys
I will
like
do
sing
99
karaoke?
Love Songs, all in falsetto.
Really?
All in falsetto? Sing some Journey?
Yeah.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Me?
Yeah, well, all of you.
It's very Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, really?
I love it. I've heard him do it before. He actually does a really nice job with it.
Brandy.
Oh, really? Cool.
You also do some rockabilly stuff like.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh.
What else do you do? You do.
Elvis and
What's that song?
Teddy Bear. Whatchamacallit.
About the booze, a bottle of.
Oh, yeah. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy?
Yeah, Big Bad Voodoo.
You and me, the bottle makes 3?
You and me, the bottle makes 3. Because you know what? To this day, when I hear that song, I think of you singing it. I don't know why, but it's not creepy or anything. Well, it is creepy, but
It's a twist.
Is it a twist?
Twist. Let's twist again.
Yeah, I do the Frank.
okay.
Is he still planking?
What was this party for?
There were 3. There was one just up here on the little deck.
It's the planking
There was
party.
one in the Wayne State had a alumni party in the loft, and then downstairs was somebody else. The third one, just a company achievement. Woo! Up with us party.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get running. See you guys.
I will see you soon.
All right, talk to you. Sam, welcome home. Jamie.
Is your pen back? Is it yours or is it one in here?
No, it was in my bag. I don't know where the hell it came from. Diversified Credit Union. It's purple. I like it.
Me too.
I don't like it.
That was
You
a good
want
show,
it?
guys.
Really?
Make Samantha happy.
Thank you. Oh, yay. All right.
So that's fun.
Yeah, it was a good show. Very informative.
He went on a little, but
Yeah.
That's okay. He's passionate. But if you need CBD, come to Family Video.
okay.
I can get you that discount of 25%.
I have my car. I
Log
can
me
go
on
to
the
the
Facebook.
I can go to the real dispensary and get my stuff. I don't smoke it. I get it from I get RSO oil from there.
Oh, well, I got a 25% off discount, so
Can you log me out of the Facebook?
no.
Please.
No.
Oh, speaking of that, the new Dark Crystal trailer.
Oh, I saw that.
The what?
The Dark Crystal trailer for the.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Holy crap!